Hello, we're back again with another video on derivatives. In this one, we are going to work on the quotient rule. And I just want to note right away that the quotient rule is just a variation of the product rule. And so if you're not sure what the product rule is, go watch that video. I will show you the rule for the quotient rule, the formula, but just know that you can also use the product rule, and I can show you how to do that in another video. So the formula for the quotient rule is the following. If you want to take the derivative of, you guessed it, a quotient, which means you're dividing two functions, then what you're going to do is you're going to take the bottom function, multiply it to the derivative of the top, minus the top function times the derivative of the bottom, all over the bottom function squared. Now, sometimes people have you remember the quotient rule by doing something like the following, where you can say g is the low function and f is the high function. So you would say low, which is g, d high, which is the derivative of the high function, which is f, so f prime. So low d high minus high d low over low squared. You'll notice that they all correspond to the correct function in the formula. If you don't like saying low d high minus high d low, or don't like saying it in your head, you can also use bottom d top minus top d bottom over bottom squared. Again, it says the exact same thing. Or you can just memorize the formula on its own. I probably, when I first did it, probably used one of these two, and then eventually you get used to the formula and you don't have to say it. So try to remember it using one of these or just use the formula. Let's go ahead and do an example. Okay, in this example, I have the quotient x squared plus 2 sine x all over x to the fourth minus 11x squared plus 3x. So identify which one you want to call f. I'm going to call the top one here f of x. And then I'm going to call the bottom one g of x. And like the product rule, what I do is I go down below the problem and write down what x squared is, or I'm sorry, f of x, which is x squared plus 2 sine x. And then I immediately follow that up by finding the derivative, because I'm going to have to use both of them eventually. All right, so the derivative of x squared is 2x, and the derivative of 2 sine, in case you haven't learned it yet, you can go watch the video on the derivative of trig functions, which is sine goes to cosine. And then let's go find the derivative of g of x. So g of x is x to the fourth minus 11x squared plus 3x. And then follow that up with the derivative. So g prime, that's going to be 4x cubed minus 22x. And then the derivative of 3x is 3. So now that I have all the pieces, let's go ahead and use the formula. So that's going to equal g. So what's g? G is x to the fourth minus 11x squared plus 3x times the derivative of f. So that's down here. So 2x plus 2 cosine x. And then you got your minus. And then f. So f is x squared plus 2 sine x times the derivative of g. So that's 4x cubed minus 22, running out of room, 22x plus 3. And that's all going to be over g squared, which is x to the fourth minus 11x squared plus 3x squared. And that's the derivative of this quotient. Okay, I got two examples for you guys to try. We got 5x plus 4 over x squared minus 2. So I want you to try the quotient rule on that one as well as this one over here. Be careful about 4 over x because it's not written in the right form. You can't do the power rule off of this. And if you want to find the solutions to these problems and more information about the school I work at, NIU, please visit the following link down below.